I'm hopping on here real quick just to do a little bit of makeup. I've already done a primer, a little bit of BB cream, and my eyebrows just to get that out of the way. So let me go ahead and pin this on here. Alright, we should be good to go if I can spell correctly. Done. Okay. Let me just pull some of my hair back out of the way here. We're just going to focus on the cheeks and eyes today. I said I already put my primer and everything else is on. Okay, so I did take the contour side right here, and I threw a little bit of contour. It's very light compared to my skin tone right now. We're just going to get this right on in here. This is just going to give us a little contouring. Okay. I'm going to take our beachfront bronzer, and I'm going to take right over that contour we just did. Okay, so I'm going to take the color Sweet, and we're just going to take this and use this. Mine's in a little bit of a powder form just because it's a sample size, but you can purchase this one. And just put a little bit right here. And I'm going to go back in with my same brush that I had before, my contour brush. And there's two ways you can do this. If you want just the powder to go on by itself, you can do it plain, which I should go ahead and show you. Right on the cheeks of your apple of your cheeks. That might actually be a little bit too light for me. Let's go ahead and use Scandalous instead. It's a little bit brighter because that color is not showing on my skin tone right now. Okay. So we're just going to go right, we have our contouring here, just go right above and place that color. If you really want to make it pop, take your brush, take your setting powder, you can use water, your rose water, which I don't like to waste, it's a little expensive to use for that, so I prefer to use this. Take the same color that you had before, and now when you put it on, it's going to give it, to bring it right on up because that's where the sun's going to hit you. Hi, Kimmy. Okay. And just put that right through here. By just adding a little bit of that, you can see how it gives it more of a sheer look. If you want it to be a little bit more matted, just keep the powder blush by itself. I like to have that little bit of a dewy finish, and we're going to reset that anyway. As soon as we're done, we're going to pull the whole look together with our powder. Ah, thank you. It is hot here today. I've been out in the sun all day, so before I run out to the store, I figured we'd do a little bit of makeup. Alright, so we've got our cheeks. I'm just going to keep it light for now because I don't really want a lot. And we're going to move on to our eyes. Alright, so I'm going to take the color Fabulous, and I'm going to use that all over my eyelid. I do have primer on already from before, so I just wanted to get that portion out of the way, and my brows, which take forever, so we'd focus just on our eyes and cheeks a little bit. Alright, let's see. I'm going to take my shader brush here. And same thing on the eyes. If you really want the color to pop and stick out, you can also get, there we go. I need a small mirror, I can't see. So this is just a neutral flesh tone color. We're just going to put that on the lid just so everything will blend in nicely together. We're just kind of patting that right in, and then I'll use the blending brush in a moment. And then I'm going to go in with the color Giddy. This one I'm also going to do, I'll show you one by itself, and then I'll show you what it looks like if I put the other on it. This is a little bit of an orangey color, very light. But if you want to build that color, just spray. Like I said, you can use setting spray, rose water, anything you want, and then get that brush wet. It's just going to make that color pop a little bit more, and I feel like it really keeps it in place a little bit longer. But the eye primer really helps with that. Alright, and we're going to do the other side. I still have a little bit of that spray in my hand, so we should be all set. If not, just grab a little more. And we're just putting that all over our lid. We're going to blend it out in a minute. And just keep patting that right on until you get, I like to bring it up a little bit higher right here where my brow bone is, just because when my eyes are open, I want you to see that color. And so if I bring that in here, we're going to go in with our blending brush. And when we blend it out, I'm going to take this color right here in Gentle. It's got a little bit of a sparkle in it. And I'm just going to go ahead and blend above that to kind of blend those colors together. You can always go back over, which I'm going to do in a second here. I feel like it covers up a little bit of the orangey color. So just take our brush that we had before. I'm going to get my brush wet again just to make sure it really sticks. Just spray the end of it. And just pop some of that color back in here. We'll blend it out again in just a second, just to make everything look smooth and in place. Alright, there we go. I'm going to get any color from before off the brush. And we're just going to blend those two out. So just go between where you have the two colors and just blend those two together. Everything in makeup is blending, so if you don't like to blend, learn to blend. You can spray it with the rose water, Kim. I used my Behold Touch setting spray. Rose water will work just the same. Just use a little bit. Rose water is a little more expensive, so I try to keep that more for just on my face, but you can definitely use that. Same with using any kind of blending bud like these. You can also spray those, use water, rose water, or your setting spray. I prefer to use a setting spray or rose water because it's going to help keep your makeup set right in place. Water will do the same kind of trick, but I feel like you get a better result by using either one of these. Okay, so I'm going to go back with the brush. I don't even need to add anything on it. This is what I had before with my Beachfront bronzer, which is right here. This is in the color Sunset. It's a little bit light for me, but my new one's on its way. And just blend those out. I'm going to take my eyeliner in the color Proper, which is just a darker brown. And I'm going to go ahead and do my waterline and tight line. And you're going to see how it's going to just make that makeup color that you put on your eyes is really going to pop out. Black would work really well too. Unfortunately, I'm not quite sure where I put mine. So we're going to go with brown again, which is fine. Do the same thing on the other side. If you want to do above on your eyelid, that's fine as well. For me, it's just a lot easier to go underneath because then if I go on top, I feel like it makes my eyes a little more hooded and I want them to look more open. So I prefer to go underneath. All right. And mascara. I'm going to set my face first. And do my mascara last. So we're going to let that sit for a second. And I did forget one other part, which actually is fine. Sometimes I do it both ways. Take my powder that I have in the color Poplin, just a pressed powder. And we're just going to go around right here. And it's just going to smooth. You're going to still see where I have my contour, but it's just going to smooth it out and give it more of a matte finish instead of a dewy finish. I use the BB cream, and BB cream gives you more of a dewy finish. If you want it to be more of a matte, just take one of these pressed powders and use that to set your makeup. Okay, that is all set. On to our mascara. We're going to go right to the lashes, right to the bottom of the root, and you can roll up or pull. Either way is fine. You just want to make sure you get right down to that root. And that's going to give you more of a definition look. Don't forget all those little baby hairs down in the corner. I have been using the lash serum on my lashes and my eyebrows. I've noticed I usually have pretty long eyelashes anyway, but I swear in the week or so that I've been using it, I already see a difference, especially in my eyebrows, thank goodness, because they have been non-existent. Maybe someday I can afford microblading and I won't have to do my eyebrows quite as much as I do right now. Okay. One eye done. Next eye. Again, right down to those lashes. You can roll it up if you want. I'm always afraid I'm going to drop my wand. So just get right down, wiggle it into those lashes. Wiggle, roll, whatever works for you. Just lift them up. Make sure they're even. Or be like me and poke yourself in the eye like every single time. And then I get mascara on my contacts, which is always fun as well. Okay, so this is our final look. You can make it for a nighttime look if you're going to go out and you wanted to do something like this for daytime. Thank you. Yes. This stuff pops your eyes. You could just take the blush with you. I would take your mascara and maybe another eyeshadow or the same color eyeshadow and turn it from a daytime look into an evening look. So all you would have to do is grab some more blush, maybe touch up that, make it a little bit darker, and then throw a little bit of a darker color into your crease line of your eyes, and right there to turn your makeup from daytime into evening. So that is just a quick look without, well, my full face is done, but you didn't have to see every bit of it. So that right there pulls the whole look together, and you can still see the contour. I didn't do a highlight today because it has enough in it. And that's it. Any questions, let me know, and I'm happy to answer. Hit that like button or hashtag replay if you're catching this later on and you want to let me know that you were here. If anybody has anything they'd like to see, please send me a comment or a message, and I'd be happy to do that for you. Thanks. Have a good night. Bye.